many of you are getting close, or you're to that point where you're ready to start coloring. So I'm going to address that right now. I do not have my ribbon going through all the boxes. I mean, I still need to say, okay, it comes out this box, goes in this box, and then I also need to figure out what is my ribbon going to do when it gets out that last box. Is it just going to dangle there, or is it going to be attached to another present? What it's going to be. So you don't want to just leave it. I mean, it needs to have a reason or a purpose. My goal was to have kind of like ribbons, a ribbon on a bow. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a present right here with a big fat ribbon right here. And then this is going in and out. I've got a birthday cake here. I probably put more balloons in. This is supposed to be a window back here. Gentlemen, look up here. Now the reason I have this window appearing to be so low is because this is on a table. So this is actually the back of a table. And the way we are looking at it, we're kind of looking down a little bit like we're sitting in the chair. All right, so that's just my reasoning for this. But anyway, let's get back to the coloring part. You know, the first thing you need to do, please turn around and look at the screen, is maybe lighten up any extra dark lines that you have. Like I'm looking at this box thinking, boy, I don't know what I was thinking. Those lines are just a little too dark. So I'm just going to see if I can lighten them up a little bit. Because if I choose to use a color like yellow, I don't want to see these really dark, heavy coloring book lines. So you can take your eraser and just kind of gently lighten up any dark lines. Next thing, make sure you have all of your X's erased. We want holes, we want the winding object, but that's it. So erase those X's. And that's what your table eraser is for, is to do most of that work. All right. And then the next thing is coloring. Well, coloring the boxes is the one part I need to talk to you about. I need your eyes up on the board, please. All right. When you are coloring the boxes, ladies, gentlemen, give me your attention for just a couple minutes, please. I know some of you are eager to get going, and I understand that. When you are coloring the boxes, you need to have a dark, a medium, and a light side to your boxes, and you need to keep it consistent. That means if I'm going to do a dark side right here, by the way, make sure you're coloring inside the lines, and for the most part, we're trying to do it without showing a lot of line direction. But if I'm going to do the front of my boxes dark, that means the front of all my boxes is going to be dark. The box I'm currently doing is going to be blue. That means my ribbon is either going to have to be a lighter blue or some other color, because I do want it to stand out from my box. So I'm taking some time to say, okay, here's where the box is. The hole is going to be possibly a gray or a black color. All right, and the ribbon is going to be a variation of some other color or a value of blue. Does that make sense? Okay, eyes up here for just a moment, please. All right, so I've got this dark blue front. Again, I'm going to repeat myself, but all the fronts of my boxes are now going to be dark. Now, your question may be, do I have to color all of the boxes blue? My answer is no. If you wanted to do a blue box, a yellow box, a red, and then pink, green, blue, whatever, all of your boxes can be a different color if you choose to. They could also be the same if you choose to. All right, so there's the dark side. Maybe the top is going to be my lightest, and the side here is going to be medium. So on the side, I'm going to go over it with just a lighter touch. Again, I am trying not to show line direction, but you will notice that I did change the direction. Here I was going up and down, and on the side I'm going to go kind of towards the vanishing point. And then the top, I'm just going to barely skim the paper just to give it a really, really light value. I know, we can hear the rain, right? All right, so here we go. Light, 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 light. And this is why we want to have really light outlines from our pencil, because look at how much that shows up. Now, if you get done with your box and say, okay, well, it's kind of showing up, but these two look pretty close to the same, then go back over the top of it. You can always make this darker. But again, dark, medium, light on your boxes. The rest of it, color neatly, do a good job and say, okay, I want this to look like this, but you don't have to necessarily go dark to light. I think the more you can color or shade for 3D, the better off you're going to be, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here. is we're shading for the three-dimensional quality. All right? Now, please do not start shading your boxes and your picture until you check with me.